Hello, my name is Heather Alexander, and today I'm going to be guiding you through a sample SUP yoga vinyasa flow. This is going to be a very gentle flow with our peak pose being standing. So I invite you to join us, whether you're on a yoga mat or a paddleboard, and let's get started. Find a nice, comfortable seated position. Let's just take a couple of deep breaths to just settle into this moment. Just allow the flutters in your tummy to kind of settle down and allow the breath to reach a full capacity, beginning from the belly, the middle chest, and then your throat. So inhale big. And exhale slowly, slowly releasing, slowly allowing your body to just get grounded into this moment. And as we breathe in this 3-compartment breath, filling the belly, the middle chest, and then the throat, on the exhale, you release the throat, the middle chest, and then the belly. So inhaling big. And exhaling slowly, 3-compartment breath. Take one more breath together like that. And slowly begin to invite some gentle neck circles. And you can drop your chin forward and just kind of rotate your neck to the right, very gently, no forcing. And then slowly rotating back down to center and then over to the left. Allowing a gentle stretch on the right-hand side of the neck. Just gentle. And then slowly dropping the chin back to center. And then back over to the right. This time noticing any sticky spots. Any sensations that need you to linger just a little bit longer. Maybe you tilt your chin up to the sky, allowing a little bit of the front of the neck to stretch. And then slowly rotate your chin back down to center and then over to the left. Finding any sticky spots. Any spots that need a little extra attention, a little extra breath. Maybe you tilt your chin up to the sky, allowing the front of the neck to kind of get this lovely stretch. Just a bit of sensation, opening up the body. Before slowly releasing your chin back down to center. Now take your hands onto your neck and just give yourself just a very gentle rub here. Just a bit of palpation. And you can take your hands like crab claws, like pinchers, and just grab the trapezius muscles in the back, the shoulders, a little bit of the neck, just to give it some love. A lot of times when we get stressed out, our shoulders are the first to kind of rise up to our ears. And so by giving us just a little bit of neck massage, stretch, it helps to kind of soothe and ease out any kinks that might be causing any pain or issues in our neck. So from here, take your arms out wide, like bird wings. Really stretch the fingertips. In this video, it's a bit hard to see, so let me scooch back. Maybe you can see a bit better. So really stretch the arms out big. Lift the top of the crown, really raising your rib cage out of your hips. Lift your arms, really reach the arms out wide. Fingertips reaching to eternity. In this case, I'm reaching to either side of the lake. And just breathe here. Allow your arms to really stretch out. Really reach. Especially if you do paddleboard yoga, the arms are the first ones to get tired. So this can really help to strengthen the arms. Flip your palms up and reach your arms out wide. Really stretch. Breathing deep, lifting the spine. Exhale and let the arms come down. So here it looks like the algae is pretty all right. We don't have a bad algae bloom, so I would say tip your fingertips into the water just to feel the sensation of the cool water, the softness of it, and just notice the contrast between the cool flowing water and the gentle breeze that we are blessed with in this moment. The sunshine above us, the gentle breeze, and the cool water. Just noticing the contrast, really connecting with Mother Earth in this moment. Inhale, raise your arms back up to a T shape, really reaching the fingertips out wide and long. Fingertips reaching to eternity. Inhale, raise your arms up to the sky, look up. Exhale all the way back out to a T. And this time we're going to inhale to lengthen our spine up. Exhale, we're going to twist to the left. So twist your whole T-shaped arms to the left, like almost like you're giving the left side of the lake a hug. Take a few breaths here, reaching the arms out. And on your next inhale, raise your arms up all the way to the sky. Look up, palms touch. Exhale back out to a T. And then this time we're going to turn to the right. So it's almost like we're giving the right hand side of the lake a hug. Thank you for being here. Just really enjoying nature, breathing deeply. One more breath. And on your exhale, on the next inhale, raise your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, palms touch, bring them back down to center. Allow your hands to come back down, tippy touching into the water. Grab onto the left side of your board with your left hand. Raise your right arm up to the sky. Inhale big. And on your exhale, slowly tip over to the left. And see how your body just naturally kind of uses the counterweight, right? Shifting maybe your hips over to the right as your arms and upper torso tip over to the left. Really getting a nice stretch in the right side body. Maybe raise your chin up to the sky. One more big breath in. Exhale and come back down to center. Tip your right fingers into the water just a bit. And then inhale, raise your left arm up to the sky as you slowly start to tip over to the right. And noticing again on this side, are your hips shifting to the left to allow the counterweight to shift over to the right. The top of the torso shifting over to the right, getting a nice stretch in the left side body. One more big breath in. Exhale and come back down to center, tipping your fingers into the water. And then inhale, bring your arms up to a T shape. Exhale, we're going to eagle arms, left arm under the right, twisting around, palms touch. Inhale, lifting your spine, lifting the elbows up to mid-chest, about parallel. So your humerus muscles or humerus bones are parallel to the board or to the earth if you are on land. Really stretching the back of the body here, the back of the shoulders, upper back. Take a few grounding breaths here. One more big breath in. Exhale and unravel your arms, reaching them out wide. Maybe puffing out your chest, lifting your chin up to the sky. Exhale, we're going to cross it over onto the other side. Right arm under the left, palms touch. Raising the elbows up parallel to the board or to the mat, to the earth, wherever you're practicing today. And just a few deep breaths in this shape. There's no forcing, just allowing your body to open up in its own way. One more big breath in. Exhale and release the arms out wide. And then all the way down. Maybe tipping them into the water. From here, we will slowly roll over our knees into a tabletop position. I'm going to scooch back to the back of my board so you can see me. So in this tabletop position, we're going to continue stretching our upper back. So take your hand towards the middle of the board, right on the handle, the sweet spot. That's going to give you the best stability. Inhale, raise your right arm up to the sky slowly, gently. Exhale and thread your arm underneath the left, allowing a nice stretch on that upper right shoulder. Now we stay here for a few breaths. Maybe tipping your right hand into the water. One more big breath in. Exhale and slowly begin to unwind, lifting your right arm back up to the sky. Exhale and bring it back down onto the mat. Okay, let's do the other side. So take your right hand into the sweet spot of your board. Inhale, lift your left arm up to the sky. And on your exhale, slowly begin to thread the left arm underneath the right, getting a nice good stretch on the left side of the shoulder. Maybe tipping the hand into the water to cool off. One more big breath in. Exhale and slowly begin to unwind, lifting your left arm up to the sky. And then back down onto the board. So from here, we're going to try a few balancing exercises. So this is going to be very fun. So again, we're going to place our hand next to the sweet spot here, or right onto it. Inhale, raise your right arm forward, really stabilizing the shoulder, right arm forward. And if it feels stable and good, you can slowly begin to stretch your left leg out long behind you. And just stay here for some balance. One more big breath in. Exhale and replace your hand back down. Replace your knee. And we'll switch to the other side. So place your right hand towards that sweet spot. Inhale, lift the left arm straight forward. And if it feels good, slowly begin to inch your right foot back. You can keep your toes on the board. Pull your belly to your spine to really create some stability here. Try not to sink into this right shoulder. Just really create some lift here. One more big breath in. Exhale and release your hand back down to the mat, to the board. Release your knees back onto tabletop position. Awesome. So let's try that one more time. I'm going to scrunch up on my board to get a little bit more stability here. We got some guys over next to us who are swimming in the water. A little bit of a fun distraction. So let's try that one more time. So let's try to place our left hand towards center here. Inhale, lift your right arm up to the straight forward here. And then slowly begin to inch your left foot back. Now, if it feels good, if it feels stable for you in this moment, you can slowly see what it feels like to lift that left leg. Maybe an inch off the board. Maybe your whole leg is parallel. One more big breath in. Exhale and release. Back down to the back. Let's try that one more time on the other side. So inhale, lift your left arm straight forward. Slowly begin to scooch your foot back, your right foot back. And if it feels good, stabilize your core here. If it feels good and stable, begin to slowly lift that right leg. Maybe a couple of inches off the board, totally fine. Maybe it's parallel. Whatever feels good for you. Let's take a few breaths. One more big breath in. Exhale and release your hand and your knee back onto the mat. From here, slowly begin to walk your hands out in front of you for a puppy pose as you slowly begin to drop your chest and chin towards the mat, towards the board. Just enjoy puppy pose here, allowing your shoulders to open up, giving your arms a nice good stretch. One more big breath in. Exhale and slowly begin to rise back up to your tabletop position. Now, before we get into some standing poses, I want to work on some of our abdominal strength here. So if you're on a board, you can scooch your butt towards the sweet spot of the board, giving you the most stable position. And then from here, take your feet out a little bit wider than hip width distance and take your hands back behind you. Tuck your pelvis under, really pulling in, engaging the lower abs. And then it's almost like your hands are weightless. So you're pulling in the lower abs, pulling up the chest so that you can breathe. And then we're almost in like a Navasana shape with our upper body, but our feet are still on the mat, or still on the board if you're on the SUP. Release your arms forward, parallel to the water, to the floor, wherever you are. And just take a few deep breaths here. Really engaging the abs, especially the lower abs, middle abs. I'll make sure that your chest is up so that you can breathe. Maybe take your toes together if that feels good, or wide, whichever one is your preference, whichever feels good to you. Especially if you're on a paddleboard, you want to make sure that you feel the most stable. One more big breath in. Exhale and come back to center. Let's try that one more time. And this could be your center. You don't have to go full butterfly. So let's try that one more time. So slowly lean your torso back. Tuck your tailbone to really engage the lower abs. Lifting the chest so that you can breathe. Arms come out parallel. Tippy toes barely touching the mat or the board. A few deep breaths here. One more big breath in. Exhale and come back to center. Now drop your knees out wide to the side here. And then slowly begin to walk your hands forward. And you don't have to have a straight spine here. This is just a very gentle stretch. So you can allow your upper body, your torso to just kind of drape over, drape forward. One more big breath in. Exhale and slowly begin to walk your hands back up. So now we're in this comfortable kind of seated position here. Now let's just take a few deep breaths to kind of get grounded before we try some standing poses. Or just try standing. Okay. So if you want to try standing, let's shift our hands forward, roll over our knees. And then one of the best ways to get to standing is from an all fours position. And so from here, what you can do is straddle your feet around the handle, the middle of your board, the sweet spot, okay? So be like the middle of your yoga mat if you are on the land. So you can have your feet a little bit wider than hips distance apart. And begin by just squatting first, okay? And then as you feel stable and steady, slowly begin to lift your hips, placing your feet flat onto the board or onto the mat. And then with a flat back, slowly begin to stand, engaging your core. And then if you're on a board on the water, even just like in yoga, right? Just regular yoga, if you're on the land, you don't want to have your legs locked. You want to have a slight bend in your legs and your knees to give yourself some buoyancy. And that's exactly what we're looking to achieve here on the water, just a bit of buoyancy. So inhale, raise your arms up high to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. Very gentle bend in your knees. Swan dive forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Again, keep a nice gentle bend in your knees here for stability. Inhale, raise your arms all the way up to standing. Arms all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, bring them back all the way down to your sides. Beautiful. Super good job. Inhale, raise your arms all the way up to the sky, look up. Exhale, swan dive forward, hinging at your hips, gentle bend in the knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, keep that bend in the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Just relax the neck here. Maybe shake your head no. Shake your head yes. And just notice how that feels on the water. With noticing the difference of floating, forward folding on the water. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, engaging the core, gentle bend in the knee. Slowly rise all the way up to standing. Arms come up. Palms touch above your head. Exhale and slowly release your arms back down to the sides. Super good job. Let's do that one more time. So inhale, raise your arms all the way up to the sky. Palms touch, look up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hinge at your hips. Gentle bend in your knees. Relax your neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Now we're going to vinyasa. So slowly walk your hands forward, okay, while gently walking your feet backward into a plank position. Hold this plank. Engage your core. One more big breath in. Exhale and take your knees down to the mat, and then take your chest down to the mat. Inhale, push up. Upward facing dog or cobra, whichever feels good. And in this upward facing dog, kind of look to the left, look to the right, release your buttocks. Just allow the lower back to kind of open here. And then see what it feels like to engage the legs. Upward facing dog. Exhale, shift back through tabletop position, tucking your toes. And then if you're doing downward dog on a paddleboard, you essentially want your belly over the sweet spot. Okay, so tucking your toes, gently lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. And just enjoy this downward facing dog. Release your shoulders from your ears. Engage your belly. Big breaths in and out. One more big breath in. Exhale and slowly begin to drop your knees back down to the board. Cross your feet behind you. If you're on the board, scooch up towards the middle of the board so you're around that sweet spot. Cross your legs behind you and then sit back to a nice comfortable seated position. So we'll just take a few breaths here, just really enjoying the breeze, the water, the sounds of nature around us. And I know this was a very short yoga class, but I just wanted to give you just a little bit of a taste to kind of see what this class is like. It's very, very gentle, super slow because we're on the water. So we want to make sure we maintain stability and structure. Take a big inhale in. Exhale, take your right hand to your left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, lift your crown to the top of the sky. Exhale, invite a gentle twist. One more big breath in. Exhale and release. Let's do that on the other side. So inhale, lift the top of your crown up towards the sky. Exhale, take your left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you. Inhaling once again, lifting the crown. And then on your exhale, invite a gentle twist. One more big breath in. Exhale and release. I want to thank you so much for joining me for today's super duper gentle yoga class on the water. If you're on the land, then this one was super gentle, super chill, a great way to kind of wake up the body. But I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.